Now, this exercise is very interesting and important. Interesting for a simple reason that we are going to now will be learning something very different. That means compound interest to be compounded semi-annually. So far, what used to happen is in the previous chapter we learned how to find compound interest for 2.5 years, 3.5 years, and so on and so forth. But they had not given to us that the interest is compounded half yearly. I'm going to show you three different questions. More or less, the question will appear to be the same, but they all would be different. Three contrasting questions, and what formula we need to adopt, that also I'll be sharing with you. So now, here we go. Assume that we have to do the questions with the help of the formulae. What do we do? How do we go about? First one, supposing your principal is 20,000 rupees. Rate of interest 12%. Time horizon 1.5 year. Only this information is given to us. We don't have any other information related to anything, and what we are interested? We are interested in finding out the amount at the end of 1.5 years. They have not mentioned that the interest is compounded half yearly. Sorry, that is not mentioned at all. We only have to find out the amount. How do we go? Amount equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. This is the formula. Since it is 1.5 year, what do we do? P 1 plus 12 upon 100. This is for 1 year. We are yet left with half year. So 1 plus 12 upon, since I had already discussed this, when we have to take for 6 months, we will take 200. 100 is for 1 year, 200 is for 6 months. And then, what is the principal? 20,000. So we are going to substitute principal 20,000, 0. So basically you can say 112 upon 100, and here also, in case if we wish to get 100 only, then 106 upon 100. On doing further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 2 multiplied by 112 multiplied by 106. So that means what would be the amount at the end of 1.5 year? 112 into 2, that means 224. 224 into 106. That gives you 22400. Hundreds and 6 it will be 24. 4, 2, 6, 12, 13, 14, 4, 1, 6, 12, 13. So basically your answer should be 44732. It would be 23744. This is one part of the question. That means 20,000 invested at rate 12% per annum, time period is 1.5 year. This is one part of the question. Second part of the question, you could have done the same question without using the formula. How? So compound interest for first year would be 20,000 into 12% for 1 year. That would be 20,000 into, cancel. So 200 into 12, 2400. What about P2? So 20,000 plus 2400. That would be 22,400. Compound interest for second year, but only for 6 months because it is 1.5 year. 22,400 multiplied by 12% for 6 months. So 6 upon 12, or you can say for half year. So half. 1 za 6 za 0 0 0 0. 224 into 6, 24, 4, 2, 12, 14, 1, 12, 13, 13, 44. So your amount will be 22400 plus 1344. That will give you 44732, which is exactly the same. This is with the help of formula, this is without formula. Nowhere in the question they have mentioned that rate is half yearly. Nowhere they have mentioned that it is half yearly. Nowhere. But in this question, in this exercise, what we are doing, I am mentioning it for the first time that principal is rupees 20,000. Rate is 12%, but to be paid half yearly, every half year. Time period 1.5 year. How do you go about? Sir, when the interest is compounded half yearly, when compound interest is compounded, please take down this formula. Half yearly, this is mentioned. Then my formula would be A equals to P 1 plus R upon 200 raised to 2n. My dear friend, for the first time you are using this formula. Amount equals to principal 1 plus R upon 200, R upon 200 raised to 2n. You know what does it mean? It means that after every 6 months, your principal is getting compounded. After every 6 months. And so why we have taken 2n? See, very simple. If you are talking about 1 year, in 1 year, how many semi-annuals will be there? That means in 1 year, how many times you get a duration of 6 months? So 2 times. That is why if it is a case of 1 year, we write 2 into put n ki jagah pe 1. So it will be 2. 2 time churning will happen. Because after every 6 months, 6 months plus 6 months, 2 times. So 2 into 1, that will be 2. Supposing, sir, if the question over here is 1.5 year. So, sir, in 1.5 year, 6 months plus 6 months plus 6 months. So, altogether, how many times the churning will happen? 3 times. So, when you put this 1.5 over here, so 1.5 into 2, 1.5 into 2, 3. Automatically, this formula will take care of everything. The only thing that you should be looking out for in the question is make sure that they had given that the interest is compounded half yearly. Only if they give you interest is compounded half yearly, then you can make use of this formula. Let us see. Trust me, the answer over here and the answer over here would differ. So why it will differ? It will differ because after every 6 months, you are getting an interest. Whatever interest you get, that you are reinvesting. So my principal for the next 6 months would be enhanced principal, increased principal. As a result of which, I earn more interest on the increased principal. Over here, after every 6 months, 6 महीने के बाद मुझे interest मिलेगा. Same interest I'll add to my principal. So more principal would be used for the next 6 months. So the interest at the end of 12 year would be quite more. And interest in the end of 18 months would be more as compared to this case where you are getting interest over here after 1 year. Here I am going to get interest, though the rate is same, but after 6 months. So undoubtedly, this would be an advantage. I hope you remember, we started our example of compound interest in the very first chapter, wherein I gave you an example of 2 friends, Aditi and Ruchi. Aditi was interested in simple interest, whereas Ruchi was interested in compound interest. Same over here. If you make a choice between the 2 banks, let us say State Bank of India and Kotak Mahindra Bank. If State Bank says, we will give you 10% compound interest every year, and Kotak Mahindra Bank says, we will give you 5% compound interest after every 6 months. So though Kotak Mahindra Bank is giving me 5% in 6 months and 5% in next 6 months, so total Kotak Mahindra Bank is giving me 10% only, and State Bank of India is also giving me 10%. But because Kotak Mahindra Bank is giving me 5% after 6 months, that 5% can be used for the purpose of getting extra money. Now how this will happen, that I will show you with the help of illustration also. But before that, one thing must be kept in your mind, that interest is compounded semi-annually means we have to make use of this formula. My dear friends, welcome to Education Express, and we begin with third exercise, that is 3C. Now 3C, most of the questions that we have done in the previous chapter, more or less all remains the same except for the fact that we are going to use a compound formula for compounding the interest half yearly. That means what happened in half yearly? They will tell us that the company is paying interest to us after every half year. Generally, by and large, we have seen that interest is compounded annually, and we use the formula A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n, which indicates that this rate is per annum and this is number of years. But when it is given to us in the question that the interest is compounded, that means compound interest is compounded half yearly. This is the most important part. Half yearly. Then in that case, my formula would be AP 1 plus R upon not 100, 200. Remember, my dear friend, this is half yearly. So it will not be 100, it will be 200. And this will not be n, this will be 2n. So whenever they say the interest is compounded half yearly, ensure that you have used this formula. So in the list of the formulas which I had told you earlier, the first one was AP 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. Then the formula for CI, which is P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n minus 1. Then we need for multiple years P1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100, 1 plus R3 upon 100. Then in case if the time period was 2.5 years or 3.5 years, in that case A was P 1 plus R upon 100, 2.5. So this is 2 years. 1 plus R upon 200. This is 2.5 years. If you want for 3.5 years, the formula was 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 3, 1 plus R upon 200. All these things we have already discussed at the start of the chapter. This formula is an addition to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth formula that we have introduced for this chapter. In addition to that, we have already discussed in case of depreciation, we use the following formula. Only in case of depreciation and degrowth. This has also been discussed in the previous chapter and the previous exercise also. Now in case if your compound interest is compounding after every half year, that will be mentioned in the question, my dear friends, then we have to use this formula. Remember one thing for your knowledge, I would say, in case if two friends, again A and B, are investing same amount, how much? Sir, 10,000. At what rate? Sir, 10%. So also investing 10,000. What rate? 10%. Here, bank pays interest yearly. Bank pays interest half yearly, semi-annual, half yearly. What would be the amount at the end of 2 years? Suppose they are investing the money for 2 years. What would be, will there be any difference? Of course, there will be a difference. Wherever the company is paying interest half yearly, your interest amount would definitely be greater. Sir, why? Because after every 6 months, the company will pay you the interest. The interest what the company pays, the interest what the bank pays, will again be eligible for reinvestment. It will enhance my principal, and as a result of which I will get more interest. So, though in yearly you get 10% in the whole year, whereas in semi-annually, that means the company is paying you interest after every 6 months. The first 6 months the company will pay 5%. But whatever interest you earn in the first 6 months, that will be added to your principal, and you are going to receive interest on the enhanced principal, resulting into higher interest. So, my dear friends, we have lots of questions where they will compare between the interest that you have received annually and half yearly, and they will ask for a justification as well. So, the bottom line for this exercise is you need to remember one more additional formula, the one applicable for counting the interest on half yearly basis. Let us start with the questions from the exercise. And here we go. The exercise 3C, question number 1. If the interest is compounded half yearly, so see here, the language is interest is compounded half yearly. Calculate the amount, so we have to find the amount. When a principal of 7,400, the rate of interest being 5% per annum, and the duration is 1 year. So they are saying that Principal is 7,400. Rate of interest 5% but compounded half yearly. Time duration is 1 year. Question number 1, exercise 3C. We have to find amount. So let's use our formula for half yearly, which is P1 plus R upon 200 raised to 2n. So my dear friends, 7400 1 plus 5 upon 200 raised to 2n. N stands for 1. Multiply by 1. 7400. This will be 1 and this will be 4 za. 40 plus 1, 41 upon 40 the whole square. 7400 multiply by 41 multiply by 41 the whole upon 40 into 40. 0000 74 multiply by 1681. 41 into 41 is 1681 divided by 4 4s are 16. What to do now? I am sure, my dear students, you will be capable of doing this calculation very easily. It's going to be 124,394 the whole upon 16. So 124,394 divided by 16, 16 5 6 16 90 90 100 and 7774.625. So amount at the end of 1 year would be 7774.625. See, this entire question is simply placement of the inputs what are given to you in the question. They mention principal, rate, time. We have to find amount. I am substituting principal, rate. Remember, it's half yearly, so 200 raised to 2n. When you do the sum from here, it is mere calculation of multiplication and division. In all the questions from now onwards, I will not be spending my time in doing this calculation. I will leave my question over here. It involves lots of time, but this is all very self-explanatory and understandable. Let us move on to the next question. What it says? It says that find the difference between the compound interest compounded yearly and half yearly. So now they want a comparison between the two things. Case 1, where the compound interest is compounded yearly. Case 2, when the compound interest is compounded half yearly. Alright. On rupees 10,000 for 18 months at 10%. So basically this is case 1. What is it? Compound interest compounded yearly. On how much? Sir, it is principal is given to us rupees 10,000. Principal rupees 10,000. What about the time duration? Sir, 18 months, which is equal to 1.5 years. Sir, rate is 10%. Can you use the amount formula P1 plus R upon 100 raised to n? How much is P? 10,000. 1 plus R 10 upon 100 raised to n. Sir, n is 1.5 year. I cannot write 1.5 over here. So I will write 1 over here. 1 plus 10 upon 200. I hope you remember the formula for 1.5 year, 2.5 year, 3.5 year. Exactly the same formula I am using. 10,000, 1 plus 10 upon 100. This is for the first year. and this is for the 6 months because it is 1.5 year. I have not used half yearly formula. Comparison is between compound interest received yearly and compound interest received half yearly. So how do we go about? 10,000, 0, 0, 11 upon 10, 0, 0, 21 upon 20, 0, 0, 0, 0. So you get, guys, 100. So my amount would be 100 multiplied by 21 multiplied by 11 upon 2. So 2100 into 11 upon 2. How much do you get, guys? 21, 0, 0, 21 into 11, 2 and 1, add them, 3 upon 2. So it's going to be 11,550, I guess. What is asked in the question? The question asked is find the difference between the compound interest. So you have to find the compound interest. So compound interest would be 11550 minus 10,000. So compound interest is 1550. We could have used direct formula also for compound interest. We have not used a direct formula for compound interest. I found out amount thinking that we need amount, but it's given in the question that we want to find the difference in the interest. Nevertheless, we already found out compound interest yearly. Now case 2. We have to find compound interest half yearly. The data point is available, which is the same. So can we use direct compound interest formula? Yes, sir. Compound interest is P. 1 plus R upon 200. So why 200? Because case 2 is half yearly. Raised to 2n minus 1. Absolutely right. How do we find? The principal is 10,000. 1 plus rate is 10% upon 200. Raised to 2 into. What is the duration? So 1.5 year. So 2 into 1.5 minus 1. Superb. Going great. Next, 10,000 multiplied by 0 cancels 0. 20 plus 1. 21 upon 20 raised to 3 minus 1 in the bracket. So what do you get? So 10,000, 21 into 21, 441, 441 into 21, 441 into 21. So 144 and then 0288. That gives you 9261 upon 8,000 minus 1. So then what to do? This is case 2, half yearly. Alright. So 10,000 multiplied by, this would be 9261 minus 8,000 upon 8,000. 10,000 multiplied by 1261 upon 8,000. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So guys, what we get is 12610 divided by 8. That would be how much? 8 ones are 8, 4, 8 fives are 15, 6, 8 sevens are 56, 5, 6, 48, 2, 4, 5. 1576.25. My dear friends, notice this. The compound interest in case of yearly is 1550. The compound interest in case of half yearly is 1576.25. You have to find the difference between the two. What would be the difference? Very much clear. The difference is going to be 1576.25 minus 1550. That's gonna be rupees 26.25. So this is a very simple question which involves just merely calculation. You don't even have to interpret much about the question. It's a straightforward question where all the inputs are given to you. You only have to apply it in the formula to get your desired output, my dear friends, and it's going to be very, very easy also. Let's move on to the next question. Number 3. A man borrowed 16,000 rupees for 3 years under the following terms. So, question number 3 Principal, he borrowed 16,000 rupees. What is the tenure? It is 3 years. Now what is the instruction given to us in the question? 20% simple interest for the first 2 years. So time period 2 years. It is a case of simple interest. Can we find so? Yes sir. 16,000 multiplied by 2 multiplied by rate. Rate is not given. Let us see if rate is given to us in the question. So they say that 20% simple interest for the first 2 years. So 20% upon 100. 16 fours are 64. So rupees 6400 will be the interest. Then thereafter what happened? Then they say 20% compound interest for the remaining 1 year on the amount due after 2 years. So my dear friends, what will be the amount due? Amount due after 2 years would be 16,000 is your principal plus interest received 6,400. That makes it 22,400. Now you have to charge compound interest. They say 20% compound interest for the remaining 1 year on the amount due after 2 years, the interest being compounded half yearly. This is a catch. You have to find compound interest. This is your principal now. On this principal you have to find compound interest. P 1 plus R upon 100. But since they have said that rate is 20% half yearly, so I cannot write 100. So I will write 200. Why? Because half yearly is given. Alright. Raised to 2n minus 1. So what would be your compound interest? 22,400. 1 plus 20 upon 200 raised to 2 into n. Now the entire investment was 2 years for simple interest and 1 year for compound interest. So 2 into 1 minus 1. So we get 22,400 into bracket. 0 cancel 0. 1s are 10s are 11 upon 10 raised to 2 minus 1. That gives you, my dear friend, 22,400, 121 upon 100 minus 1. That is 22,400, 121 minus 100 upon 100. So, 224 into 21. Can we find this out? Of course, sir. 448, 0 and 224. So that works out to be rupees 4,704. What is the question asked? The question asked is, find the compound interest. Found out. Also find the total amount to be paid at the end of 3 years. So you took a loan of 16,000. So total amount to be paid would be, you will pay the 16,000 plus you will pay the simple interest for the first 2 years plus you will pay the compound interest for the third year. 4704. How much it works out to be? It is a very simple question. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It is a question which involves both your simple interest for the first 2 years and compound interest for the last year, but interest to be paid half yearly. So it wasn't at all difficult. The only thing it requires is you need to read it well to understand what exactly are the instructions given to you in the question. Let us move on to question number 4. See what it says. Question number 4 says, what sum of money will amount to 27783? So it will amount to 27783. What sum? We don't know what sum. They say what sum of money will amount to 27783 in 1.5 year at 10% per annum. Time period 1.5 year. Rate 10% per annum. Mentioned half yearly. They clearly mentioned 10% per annum compounded half yearly. I simply have to place the formula. Once you place the formula, substitute the values to arrive at the desired answer. So amount equals to P1 plus R upon 200 raised to 2n. So why 200? Because half yearly. Amount 27783. Principal no idea. 1 plus rate 10 upon 200 raised to 2 into 1.5. 2 is this, 1.5 is time. 27783 equals to P, 0 cancel, 0, 21 upon 20 raised to 3. My dear friend, question becomes very simple in its principle. 27783 multiply by 20 cube, that's 8000 upon 21 into 21, of course 441. 441 into 21, 441, 0, 2, 8, 8, 1, 6, 2, 9, 9, 2, 6, 1. 1s are, 3s are. So your principal is going to be 24,000, my dear friends. It's a very simple question. Simple, merely placing the formulas to get your desired answer. Let us move on to question number 5. Question number 5. Now over here, there's a comparison between the two different investors having different investment profile. They say Ashok invest a certain sum of money at 20% per annum compounded yearly. So Ashok is investing in yearly compound interest, whereas Geeta invests an equal amount of money at the same rate of interest per annum compounded half yearly. You know what is the difference between Ashok and Geeta? Ashok is investing in compound interest profile where the interest is paid annually, whereas Geeta is investing and the interest is paid half yearly, that's semi-annually. Alright, if Geeta gets rupees 33 more than Ashok in 18 months, calculate the money invested. So Ashok and Geeta. What about their principal? Let principal is not given, but it is equal in both the case. So let principal be rupees 1000. Whenever principal is not given, by and large, so far we had been taking 1000 only. What about the time horizon? Sir, 18 months, which is 1.5 year. Here also 1.5 year. What about the rate of interest? So rate of interest is also mentioned to us. They say that 20% per annum. So rate of interest is 20% per annum in case of Ashok. And over here also it's 20%, but interest will be paid half yearly. Matlab at the end of 6 months you get 10% and at the end of another 6 months you get 10%. Now who got more interest? Geeta minus Ashok is rupees 33. So first I have taken down the entire data notification given to me in the question. Can we find out what amount Ashok will get, or what will be the interest that Ashok will get at the end of 18 months? Yes, sir. Interest received by Ashok would be CI equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N minus 1. So what is the principal amount? Sir, 1000. What about the rate? Sir, 1 plus 20 upon 100. We have to take, sir, for 1.5 year. So this is 1 year. Then we'll have to take for 6 months. 1 plus 20 upon 100. But we will not take 100 because it is just for 6 months. So we take 200 raised to 1 minus 1. 1 year and a half year. 1.5 year. 1000. So 1s and 5s are. 5 plus 1, 6 upon 5. What about here? So 1s and 10s are. So 11 upon 10 minus 1. So what do you get? 1000 multiply by. If you multiply this, what do you get? Sir, this can further be reduced. But how much? 3. What about this? So even this can be reduced. 5. So it becomes 33 upon 25 minus 1. So the same thing will be carried on over here. 1000 multiply by. This will become 33 minus 25 upon 25. Can you do calculation any further? Yes sir. 25 ones and 25 fours are. So 40 multiply by 33, 8. That gives you rupees 320. What is it? Sir, this is the interest received by Mr. Ashok on 1000 rupees at 20% per annum for 1.5 years. What about Geeta? So we will work out for Geeta also. For Geeta, compound interest will be P 1 plus R upon 200. So why 200 straight? Because it is half yearly. Raised to 2n minus 1. How it works out? So 1000. Absolutely right. After 1000, what about 1 plus R? 20 upon 200 raised to 2 into n. N is 1.5 year. So 1.5 minus 1. 1000 ones and tens are 10 plus 1. 11 upon 10. The whole thing raised to 3 minus 1. So that gives you 1000. What about this calculation, sir? 1331 upon 1000 minus 1. Can we do this calculation? 11 into 11, 121. 121 into 11, 1331 minus 1000. Can we do this calculation? Of course, sir. How? 1000 multiply by 1331 minus 1000 upon 1000. 1000 cancels. What do you get? So 331 rupees. What is this? So this is the compound interest received by Geeta. So what is the difference? Difference will be 331 what Geeta got minus what about Ashok? 320. So the difference comes out to be rupees 11. Now you can apply the unitary method. Since when principal is rupees 1000, difference is 11 rupees. You can check it out. On 1000 rupees, Ashok gets 320. Whereas on the same 1000 rupees, Geeta gets 331. Geeta gets 11 rupees more as compared to Ashok when the principal is 1000. But it is given in the question that Geeta got 33 rupees more. So the difference is 33. What about the principal? Again we can do by unitary method. X into 11. 1000 into 33. Therefore, X equals to 33 upon 11. 3. That makes it 3000 rupees. So, what must be the principal amount so that to get the difference of rupees 33? Then the investment amount of Geeta and Ashok both would have been rupees 3000. Very simple question, simple formula. You are doing the same thing again and again. Only your perspective and horizon has to be very, very clear with respect to the formulas that we are using. Once you get acquainted using the formulas and you have all the formulas on your fingertips, things will be far more easy and you will have a control over the entire topic. So make sure that you read the question carefully. Once you write the data interpretation properly, the rest all is just merely substitution of the formulas. Formulas are not undergoing any change except for what I had shown you. Exactly in that way you have to produce.